the art of the deal or be cool. He said he was watching the bond market. And that's what decided this. He had to cave. And our very own 𝗙lie 𝗪𝗓 has been on for the last couple of hours saying that he wished it weren't so, but that the truth is that the White House capitulated.
You know, I don't want to say this because I'm a patriot. I'm an American. But it is the White House who capitulated based on everything I hear and all my sources.
Yeah, they did, dude. Trumpy fucking caved, bro. He like, oh, okay, it's over. I'm sorry, my fiscal plan sucks. Dude. Oh, shit.
If this was the strategy all along to bring them to the table, why did you instruct or advise, or maybe they did it on their own, some of your top aides to say this is not a negotiation, to hold the line?
The president was asked and answered this yesterday. He said he's not considering an extension or a delay. I spoke to him before this briefing. That was not his mindset. He expects that these tariffs are going to go into effect. And there will be a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs as these negotiations are ongoing, and the tariff level will be brought down to a universal 10% tariff. Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly...
Oh, yeah, clearly missed the art of you guys running around like fucking idiots, saying one thing and then saying something else because nobody fucking knows what they're doing. Yeah, she looks so dumb. Oh, and she's trying to spin it like, you obviously missed the art of the deal. It's not like I'm saying the exact opposite thing as I said yesterday. Is she wearing a cross while she's fucking lying?
To see what President Trump is doing here.
That they were going to hold the line, that you were not going to change your mind.
A lot of times it's not a negotiation until it is.
It's just not a negotiation until it is. And like, who are you negotiating with today, Trump? You said everyone was kissing your ass, right? Remember? He said everyone was just kissing his ass. 75 countries.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir. And then I'll see some rebel Republican, some guy that wants to grandstand, say, I think that Congress should take over negotiations. Let me tell you, you don't negotiate like I negotiate.
Oh, yeah. So you just like pulled the whole plug on your fucking big genius plan?
Trump even admitted that it wasn't the art of the deal or be cool. He said he was watching the bond market. And that's what decided this. He had to cave. I think CNBC's Steve Leisman, he said he didn't just flinch, he ducked. There are trillions still lost. And our very own 𝗙lie 𝗪𝗓 has been on for the last couple of hours saying that he wished it weren't so, but that the truth is that the White House capitulated. We still have tons of tariffs on, even our closest trading partners. They still don't make any sense.
Dude, see, here's what's going to happen, though. Is I think a lot of the world is going to start calling his fucking bluff. People are watching him and they realize he doesn't have a plan. I think everybody's going to start calling the bluff.
Trump decided to take the win, and here's why. There was overwhelmingly, deal potential here among the entire world, except for maybe China, right? Everybody really wanted something. So he did take the win, but make no mistake about it. Peter Navarro was talking as of yesterday about not taking the win, and now they did.
The whole country is reeling right now from the economic disaster Trump has plunged us into. He destroyed more than $10 trillion in American wealth in a single week.
Dude, you know what's so funny is I saw a right-wing person actually bragging on Twitter saying, dude, $4 trillion of wealth got gained today in one day, a historic gain. And everyone was like, dude, homie fucking lost 10 trillion and gained 4 trillion back. You realize that like 6 trillion still gone, right? You fucking dumbass. They're using like gamblers math. Okay, gamblers go in and they put in like $1,000 in the slot machine. And then when they win 400, they walk around going, hey, look at me. I just won 400. Like the video poker guys used to do this all the time in the bars I worked at here. They'd be like, I won 400. Oh, and they're walking around. And it's like, homie, you put 1,500 into that machine, bro. You're still down 1,100, man. Like, you're not kidding anyone, dude. Oh, gamblers math.
into. He destroyed more than $10 trillion in American wealth in a single week. And then he went golfing.
Stupid people. Maybe corrupt. I don't know. I don't know how you can be that stupid. How do you get to be president and you're stupid?
Oh, Trumpy! Dude, we are all wondering, yes. That is the question of the day. But, so here's the thing I saw first. Investigate every single member of Congress and the Trump admin who bought stocks this week. Because it seems like some shit went down.
He made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. That's not bad. Because, he's in financial.
So here's what happened. He did this tweet. So basically, crashed the market, obviously with tariffs, which we know anytime he announces tariffs, it's going to crash the market because it's horrible financial policy. It's terrible. It would be a disaster. So what ended up happening was right before he announces that he's suspending the tariffs and that shit's going to jack up, there was a whole bunch of activity. Everything shot up. And so look at this shit. This happened right before regular amount of buys. And then 10 minutes before the announcement, there was this massive spike. And then the announcement, shit went through the roof. And 𝗍𝗪, this is what the guy says, okay? Just so non-traders understand the bombshell here. Right before the S&P 500, SPY suddenly spiked. Someone bought a huge number of call options, bet that the index would go up that same day. These were 0-day options, so they would expire and were worthless at the end of the day. So somebody just bought them for today. At the time, they were almost worthless. Then SPY shot up. Those dirt cheap options exploded in value. 100K bet turned into 21 million in minutes. 100K turns into 20 fucking million. Trump's "now is a good time to buy" tweet was a way for insider traders to have plausible deniability. Dude, it's so fucking shady. They're just looting and scamming and looting and scamming and conning and looting and bro, and no one's gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? I did tag MAGA Mike Johnson, right? Yo, Speaker Johnson, when you investigating this, boss? But we know there's not going to be any investigations. Dude, MAGA Mike Johnson probably got, he got like 20 years of free grinder out of the deal, right? You know he did. You know they bought him like 100 years of like free grinder membership. Dude, fucking brutal, bro. Oi, oi. Dude, the shit is such a con, dude. It is such a con, bro. There is one thing, though, that is like, it became obvious in just a couple of days that the cornerstone of his entire fiscal policy is bullshit and it's not going to work. None of that's going to work, right? None of it. It's all BS. Tariffs. I mean, we knew this. Everybody with the brain knew this. But now everybody knows it. It's like totally obvious. There is no question whatsoever that the dreams of tariffs are just gone.
Donald Trump is trashing our economy. First, Donald Trump imposed across-the-board tariffs. Then, just a few hours ago, he dropped those tariffs to 10% on everyone and moved the tariffs up to 125% on China, up from 105% yesterday. Now, there's confusion, there's chaos. No one knows what the tariffs will be tomorrow or the next day or next week or next month. But here's what we do know. Right before Donald Trump declared that some of his tariffs were off again, he sent out a message to his billionaire buddies. He posted, "This is a great time to buy," in all caps. Was that market manipulation?
Yeah.
Was it corruption in plain sight? We need an independent investigation into market manipulation because Americans need to know.
Something tells me there was a Signal group chat happening. Right? I'm getting the feeling I'm like, I can see it in my mind's eye. There was a Signal group chat happening, and yeah, that's what everybody was listening to, dude. Holy shit. See, this is the crap that I'm tired of. Now, I'll be honest, this is one of my major fucking issues just with all of these markets in general. The stock market, the crypto market, all of them are manipulatable. When you possess enough of that stock, you can just sell off a bunch of shit and game the fucking market. It's like they are all gameable. The crypto is perhaps the worst. And this is more of that rigged game, rigged for the people up at the top, that is really fucking bothersome. The fact that there is so much corruption happening. You know, you lost your 401k, and did Trump make money doing it? You know he did.
Can you explain more of the decision making on what feels like a reversal here? I mean, just these went into effect less than 15 hours ago, these tariffs. Why the pause now? What led to that?
No, again, President Trump created maximum negotiating leverage for himself, and which tariffs went into effect 15 hours ago? The ones that we have lowered went into effect a week ago. They were announced a week ago, and we've just been overwhelmed by the response from mostly our allies who want to come and negotiate in good faith.
But what always sticks out to me when we go on this, on this Trumpian merry-go-round, is the ritualistic humiliation that he subjects the people who work for him to.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. I was thinking, like, what kind of job is it where those people go out publicly, like, defending the reasoning behind the shit he does, and then literally, like, a day later, he will be doing the opposite, and then they have to go out there and, like, try to defend the new move, right? It's like they go out and lie for him, and then the next day they have to eat shit by having to defend, oh, here's why we're going in this direction. And the very next day, it's like, well, now we're going over this way because, yada, yada, yada. It's just brutal.
So Basson says this was the plan all along. So you were okay then with being made out to be a complete liar, because you've been doing interviews on our network, going on the Sunday show, saying absolutely not, that we're not capitulating on this. We're not going back on it. Caroline Levitt calling it fake news as recently as yesterday. Lutnick, he was on with you multiple times, it felt like, or it was the world's longest interview, talking about how this isn't a joke and, we'll be a manufacturing economy, which we don't even want to be.
Are you aware that the tariffs have been paused?
I am, yes.
When were you made aware of that?
Well, I understood the decision was made a few minutes ago. And
Sitting here
under discussion.
Dude, yes. I was sitting here. I noticed a tweet that completely changed the course of everything we're doing.
Boss just pulled the rug out. Just found out 3 seconds ago, sitting here, we saw you. You came here knowing that these tariffs were going to be turned off. Why didn't you include that in your opening statement?
I saw this earlier. This is kind of what we were talking about yesterday, about how nobody's piloting the ship. This guy, he's in charge of trade, but he has no idea what's going on. This is what it looks like when you're the country's trade representative testifying before Congress and you find out Trump changed his mind on tariffs. This is reckless governing. There's no strategy, and it's obvious this is amateur hour. So this guy went to a congressional hearing to talk about Trump's tariff plan. And while he was there testifying, Trump redid what he's doing with the tariffs. These guys are finding out in the hearing that, like, oh shit, everything I just testified to now is like null and void. What Ron said, he just testified all morning about the reasons why the tariff policy was going to make America great. Then he checked his phone and realized everything he just said was canceled on Truth Social. While he's there, Trump is like, tariffs are canceled. Bye. Dude, it's a clown show. It's a clown show of chaos and complete misdirection. These guys, his top officials, have no fucking idea. Like, they could be sitting there telling you, here's our economic plan, and in the middle of it, Trump has already changed the plan. And so there is no plan. There's a concept of a plan, and there's a fucking brain dead, drug-addled Trumpistan running around the White House in his skivvies with fucking Truth Social app open, just going apeshit. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.